Hey, Coach, we are ready whenever you are.
Okay. Again, we look. I don't have any injuries for you, so we're good. Sam practiced today. Everybody's back in work. Look forward to the challenge of playing the Buccaneers. We know they're a good football team and well coached, and they got good players. So we're going through the preparation for that opportunity to play them, and it started today. So that time's yours.
Go first to Herbie T.O.P. Go ahead, Herbie.
Hey, Coach, good afternoon. Two questions here for you. With Byron Pringle obviously going on injured reserve, it kind of stretches your wide receiver position kind of thin. Who would be the next man up in that position, and then how do you feel about the depth? And, Brad, I'll have one more.
Yeah, well, we got a couple guys. I mean, that we can put up, and they're also good special teams players. So we'll make that decision once we get there. But the guys that have played before there, so we can elevate.
And finally, Coach, the decision to bring back Stefan Wisniewski, how beneficial is it to bring a guy like that who knows your scheme this late in the season?
Yeah, so you can't have enough offensive linemen or defensive linemen. I mean, that's been proven, and so to be able to add one like Stefan, that's a big thing. He had been banged up a little bit, and now he's healthy, and so we welcome him back. A great job by Veach doing that and his group.
Let's go next to Sam Mellinger. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Andy. One thing we've seen this year is a lot of opponents change the way they defend. They defend you guys differently than they do other opponents, particularly in how often they blitz. I'm wondering if that's a trend you've noticed more this season. Does that make it harder to prepare for a team when they don't play you the way they look on film?
Yeah, I mean, there's enough familiar. You can't change everything. I mean, there's not enough time in a week to do everything. So as far as changing it, and the guys learn it with all the different formations and things that they have to work to cover. So there's enough similar to where we can have a good base, and then we always work the blitz game. So we make sure we cover all that too.
Let's go next to Seren Petro. Good, Seren.
Coach, just your thoughts on Tom Brady and the level he's playing at. I know it seems to be like everyone wants to debate nationally as to when he has a tough day, he's done, and when he has a great day, he's phenomenal. He's on pace for 36 touchdowns. A lot more. He's already thrown more this year than last year. A little more high risk, high reward maybe in the offense. Just what you think of Tom Brady and how he's playing right now?
Yeah, he's unbelievable. Excuse me, he's unbelievable. He's a great player, Hall of Fame player. We're lucky enough to have a chance to be in this era where we can watch him. And he's old, and it's hard to tell that he's old. And that's a tribute to how he takes care of himself and the care and living that he does all the way around, from diet to workouts to everything. So, I mean, he's ultimate professional and a great player.
Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Andy. When it comes to play calling during a game, how often do you just rely on gut feeling as opposed to analytics or anything else? How often is it just, hey, I think this play is going to work right now?
I mean, you got to be able to do that a little bit. Now, I've got a great supporting cast to work with me on that. So, whether it's EB who has a big part of that, and then Kafka and Joe Blameyer and Andy Heck. I mean, so they're all, everybody's involved. Everybody has a piece of this thing. But there'll be, there's a snap or two where you just got to go with what you feel and go with it. But I'm blessed to have these guys that that have these great minds and can help with all that. And, I mean, you guys know how I am with Eric. I mean, he played for me and now coached with me for a number of years, and we're kind of on that same wavelength there. So he's got great ideas for me.
Let's go next to Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Hey, Coach, earlier today, Bruce Arians said that when he worked out Patrick Mahomes pre-draft, it was one of the best workouts he had ever seen. Maybe this is an off-season thing when things are a little less competitive, but what have some of your conversations with fellow head coaches in the league been like when you get out of a season and you've been working with Patrick Mahomes and had the success you've had?
Yeah, listen, they all know he's a good player, whether they liked him or didn't like him coming out. I know Bruce did like him. When Bruce was in the media, he had a chance to do a couple of our games, and so I had a chance to talk to him candidly when he was out of coaching. So I know how much he liked him, and that was real. And I also knew during the draft how much he liked him. So there were reasons why we had to maneuver a little bit to get him. So, anyways, with that, I think everybody, you can't help but like him when they watch him play now. So whatever their feelings were before.
Go next to Sarah Walsh. Go ahead, Sarah.
Hey, Andy, I know you were just asked about Tom and the level he's playing at. This offense has sort of been up and down. They can put 46 up, and then they can, not look as good the next week. When you look at the weapons that Tom has, how do you account for all those guys? It's been a continuity issue, but it's obviously not a talent issue there.
Yeah, so you have to prepare and study them and do the best you possibly can at covering the guys. If you're playing zone, to narrow the depth and width of the zones the best you can, and then if you can pressure him, get pressure on Tom. But he's playing pretty good football right now, and whatever anybody says, he's playing pretty good football, and he's making everything. He's making that work. So
We've got time for a couple more guys. We'll go Sam and then Harold. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Andy, just generally speaking, in a 2-minute drill like you had on Sunday night, how much more responsibility is on the quarterback than would normally be, in a first quarter situation? How much do you just sort of leave up to Patrick in those situations?
Yeah, we have full trust that he can do that. We do feed him the plays through the headset. With the headset, you can do all that. We signaled before that and the best we could, but he goes into the game as if he could call the 2-minute. So, we go through all that, and I think we're all comfortable if we got stuck there that he just take it and go, which he's done on a couple plays. So, that's he no problem with that. But to take some of that off him, he's got enough on his plate to get out there and play the way he plays, and so we try to help him out with that. Yeah.
We'll go last to Harold Kuntz. Go ahead, Harold.
Andy, 2 questions. One kind of both on opposite ends of the spectrum, but the first one on the field, the Bucs defense. It was kind of an aggressive, man-to-man type defense, but it's kind of slowed down a little bit. Just your overall thoughts on how you've seen the Tampa Bay Bucs defense and what challenge that is presents for you. And then also, I got to ask you, with Thanksgiving be tomorrow, especially in a year like this, what are you most thankful for?
Yeah. Well, let me start with the first one. Todd Bowles coached with me in Philadelphia. Ultimate respect for him, and he's got a great feel for the game, and he's a great play caller. So you've got to be ready for anything, any time of the game, any field position. You just he's sharp. So that's the way we'll go in. We'll try to make sure we have all the bases covered. They've shown quite a little bit of stuff, so we got to make sure that we got all that covered. I'm grateful for family, and I always say the extended family is here too. So with the players, I feel very lucky and thankful to be able to do what I do in the National Football League, and then have the family I have. So that fires me up every day. It makes 62 seem like I'm 20. So I'm excited.
Coach, we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us.
All right, good. Thank you.
All right, guys. I believe we've got Tyreek Hill coming your way next, so hang tight. Hey, Ty, you ready for us?
Yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, now we're going to start with Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Hey, Tyreek, I know you're preparing for the defense, but I'm sure, like everybody, you grew up a football fan. What are your memories of watching someone like Tom Brady over the years and then seeing him and then playing against him today?
You know what? I'm just so surprised, for a guy his age, just to, just watching him play over the years, how great. I mean, even though I play with Pat, he's the go-to, but Tom, he's obviously the GOAT of our sport, But yeah, so yeah, I'm just so glad to be able to play against Tom. Hopefully, I can get a jersey swap, So yeah.
Let's go next to Herbie Teope. Go ahead, Herbie.
Hey, Tyreek, you got a next man up scenario at the wide receiver position with Pringle going on injured reserve. What's your message to the guys like Derek Jeter and Marcus Kemp and from the practice squad if they do get the call up? What are you telling them?
I mean, it's pretty much things. That they already know. Everybody in our room, they come in, they work hard, and they want to be great. That's our standard in our room, and that's our standard on this team. So there's not really much to say, because everybody knows like it is a next man up sport. Even if I go down, it's the same mentality, So if Dieter come in for me or Sammy, it's the same tempo. Like he's going deep, like just as if I were in the game. So we just gonna keep at it and just keep fighting for it and just wait on our boy Pringle to get healthy.
Go next to Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Tyreek, just wanted to get your take on what it's like for Sammy coming back, assuming he plays this week after missing so much time.
Uh-huh.
What's that like? Coming back from an injury, what's that like after having missed so much time?
Are you asking me from my perspective?
Yes. But what will it be like for him on Sunday? Yeah.
Oh, I feel like it's still going to be the same. Today at practice, Sammy had a ridiculous catch at practice, and I was like, yeah, Sammy still got it, So, he pretty much knows. The whole entire offense. So, he's a hard worker. He's a veteran in this league, so he already knows, how to come back. He's been working his butt off, in therapy during the bye week, and I'm excited for him. The whole offense is just excited, for Sammy to come back. But we need to be at full strength. We need Sammy. We need Pringle. We need all of us together. So like Pat can really use his full arsenal.
Go next to Breland Moore. Go ahead, Breland.
Hey, Tyreek, first things first, you talked a little bit about Tom Brady, but how weird is it for you guys as a team to be preparing to go against Tom Brady without Bill Belichick? Is that kind of a weird scenario for you guys? And also, I just wanted to kind of ask you, in the spirit of Thanksgiving, what are you thankful for?
First, I'm gonna answer that question first. I'm very thankful for my family, my kids. I'm thankful for the Chiefs. I'm thankful. I'm just thankful for everything. I'm just thankful for this opportunity. God has given me each and every day just to wake up and just play the game that I love and take care of my family. So that's what I'm thankful for. And I don't play defense, so I don't know what. But I get what you're saying. It is gonna be kind of weird. Not seeing. I wanted to call him Mr. Tom for some reason, but Mr. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. It is gonna be weird. Not seeing them side by side. So yeah.
We've got three more. We'll go Darren Smith first. Go ahead, Darren.
Darren, you there?
Darren, we got you?
Darren?
Oh, Darren, we're going to come back to you. Let's go to Seren Petro. Go ahead, Seren.
Tyreek, what's we saw you guys go right down the field, and we heard a lot of people in Kansas City, a lot of the fans saying, didn't doubt it for a second, right? Minute 43 left on the clock. This offense, that quarterback, you guys catching the ball. There was no doubt, right? Like, what's it like in that huddle? First of all, the confidence level. Were you completely confident that you guys were going to get down the field? And then if you could shed a little light on like maybe some of the things that are said. Is it total silence except for Patrick talking when you do get a chance to huddle up along the way down the field, or guys pumping each other up? What's that like while it's going on?
I mean, it's kind of a mixture. I mean, of all those things. We got veteran leadership. I mean, all over the offense, whether it's the offensive lineman, Mike Remmers, Austin, Kelsey, Pat, myself. Just saying, guys, like we've been here a lot of times, so we practice like 2-minute situations. Like Coach Reid, Eric Bieniemy, Steve. Coach Steve on the defensive side. Like we practice 2 minute against our defense, maybe like every Wednesday. So we know exactly what it takes. Like we know every situation. Like we know as soon as we catch the ball, we got to run it to the hash. I mean, if we close to the sideline, we got to get out of bounds. Like if we catch the ball and like the defense trying to hold us down, like we got to pitch the ball to like our teammate, so he can spot the ball. So we know like every scenario. Like we done did every scenario in practice that like it's crazy. Like everyone knows it. Like whether it's me, whether it's Dieter, whether it's the third screen center, like he knows exactly what he's supposed to do when 2 minute go on because we practice situational football so much that it's almost like it's like natural for us now. So I mean, plus like there's never no doubt in our head that no one can like stop us. I mean, not saying that the Raiders defense were bad, but I mean, why would we play the sport if we got into it and say, okay, they're gonna stop us, So yeah.
Let's go next to Matt McMullen. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Ty. So 2 off-the-field questions for you here. First off, you provided 150 families with Thanksgiving dinner last week, something you've done several years in a row now. Why is that important to you around this time of the year? And also, I believe you have a clothing line coming out. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So I did that here, and I also did it back home. I mean, the reason I do it back home is, I mean, like a lot of people, like they don't have the opportunity to like just celebrate Thanksgiving, and I've said this numerous times. I was one of those kids who didn't have the opportunity to like celebrate with my family, and I know how I know how important those times are. Just creating memories and just creating those small moments. Just to create the bond with the family and stuff like that. So that's why I do it. I love seeing family together, and I love seeing people happy, and I love seeing people smile. That's how we're gonna make the world a better place. Like if we're able to just bring everybody together and just continue to do the right thing. So. And about my clothing line, yes, so Running for Life. I am dropping something. Let's see, close to Black Friday. When is Black Friday, guys? I don't even know when Black Friday is.
Friday.
Football got my mind going everywhere, so I'm sorry about that. Yeah. So yes, I've been working on this design for the longest. By the way, I do design my clothes. I don't need nobody to design my clothes. I kind of design it myself. But yeah. Make sure you guys go get that, go cop that, go rock that, and let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's go back to Darren Smith and see if we can get him to work. Darren, you got us?
Yeah, I got you. I apologize for that. Okay. Tyree, Black Friday is Friday, just FYI. And when we look at as an offensive player, do you all have the mindset that you're going to go into each game as though it's going to be a shootout? Depending on how good or bad our defense may play, that would you all going with the mindset that we got to score X amount of points to win this game no matter what? And then secondly, the return of Antonio Brown also to the NFL. What is your thoughts on how he's played the last 3 ball games with the Tampa Bay Bucks?
You know what? I can't speak for anyone else. I just know as an offense, we go in each and every game to be the best that we can be. We know that defense, they're going to do their thing, because they got playmakers on that side of the ball. So like I said, we just control what we can control. We just go out, we play ball, we just let Pat lead us, and we just do our thing. Coach Steve, Tyron, Frank, Chris, they'll get those guys right. And when they get a stop, it's going to be big for us. So we don't go into every game just thinking that, it's going to be a shootout. Here we go. Nah, it's never like that, because like, I don't know. Yeah, we just don't think like that. We just control what we can control. We just go out there and play ball. You know what I'm saying? And what was the second question about Antonio Brown?
Yeah. What your thoughts on his return and how he's played thus far since he's been out for a little over a year now?
Oh, well, I really haven't watched him play, but I mean, I'm just happy for AB. I've always been a longtime AB fan. He's arguably probably one of the best wideouts, this league has ever seen, So I'm just happy, he got back in the league, he got his shot, and he's playing with Tom Brady, GOAT. So, it kind of matched up pretty well. So they got a pretty good team.
Tyreek, we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us.
All right, guys. Thanks.
All right, guys, hang tight. We've got Patrick will come at 2 o'clock. We're going to go check on Tyron right now, so hang tight. All right, guys, we got Tyron stepping up now. Hey, Tyron, you ready for us?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, we will get started here, and we'll start with Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Hey, Ty, I hope you're doing well, man. Just wanted to ask you, rewatching the film of Sunday's game, what frustrated you the most, and where do you think you guys can improve when you know you got guys like, obviously the collection of weapons that the Tampa Bay Bucks present?
Yeah, I thought, obviously, I didn't think we did a great job tackling early on in the game. It was a lot of third downs that we just couldn't get off the field, missed tackles, miscommunication. And there's little things, but they're important things. And I think if we can continue to harp on those things and continue to make those things important, I think we'll be fine. I don't think we feel the best right now, especially defensively, especially with these last 2 games. We got another good football team. We got to play this week. So we got to turn the page and really, find a way to continue to commit to each other.
Let's go next to Sam McDowell. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Tyron. I had 2 things for you, just one at a time. How would you say just this group is feeling mentally? Where are you guys as a defense mentally right now?
Well, like I said, mentally, we're kind of upset, with the last, 2 outings we've had. I wouldn't say that we're down. I think, we kind of been in these situations before, the kind of situations where you have to lean on each other. You know what I mean? You have to take the coaching, and you got to find a way to get better. And I think we got the right kind of guys in our room. Obviously, it's been a kind of rough, couple of weeks for us defensively. But I know we got the kind of guys that can turn it around. And that's the only thing that matters. As long as we continue to look each other in the eyes and commit to each other, I think we'll be able to get back to playing the kind of defense our coaches, really want.
And then when you look at Tom Brady on film, what are you seeing?
I mean, I see the greatest quarterback of all time. Obviously we have Patrick, but I think you can't take anything away from Tom Brady. He's still very smart. He's still trying to throw the ball down the field, and then he has all the weapons, that any quarterback can ask for. So, we'll have our hands full with him. Obviously, he's played against our system a bunch of times, going back to Spags and, even playing him last year in New England. So he's familiar with us. We have to get familiar with him and the new weapons that he has.
Go next to Steve Walls. Go ahead, Steve.
Hey, what's happening, Steve?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. It seems like Chiefs fans want you guys to always play perfect. With the ups and downs of the season, is that expectation too high? And how do you guys develop consistency within your unit? And Brad, I'll have a follow-up after this.
Well, I think that's what we're doing. We're trying to chase perfection. I don't think it's always going to be like that. Obviously every football game won't be a blowout. Every football game, won't be a dominant defensive performance. But I think mostly, what our fans should be able to see is us playing hard, us, sticking together. I think those two are some of the two most important things is playing as hard as you can, no matter what. And then sticking together, no matter what, whether we're up by 50, whether we're down by 50, it's all about us staying together.
And I know you're in full game prep, but with Thanksgiving being tomorrow, I know besides practice, what's Thanksgiving going to look like in the Matthew household?
Oh man, I'm gonna try to stuff my face. So pretty sure my fiance gonna cook it up. She loves to cook, and so I'm enjoying my kids. So thankful for them. So thankful for my fiance. My teammates, really everybody around me. Just try my best to enjoy the people around me, enjoy the moments, and then make the most of life. So just thankful for a lot right now, but most importantly, thankful for my kids and my family.
Next to Matt McMullen. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Tyron. Speaking of Thanksgiving, you passed out 500 turkeys to families in need earlier this week. Why'd you want to do that?
Well, I think that's just, who I am, and that's what I'm all about. And, I think, everything that's happened this year, I think a lot of people need that lending hand. I think a lot of people need support. They need help. They need encouragement. They need to see some kind of positivity. And I think that's really what the Tyrann Mathieu Foundation is about is, how can we reach people that are, seem sometimes unreachable, So I'm hoping that, all those families are able to really enjoy the holidays, enjoy Thanksgiving, and then enjoy, each other as well.
Go next to Herbie Teope. Go ahead, Herbie.
Hey, Ty, you've been through a torn ACL before, and obviously you've been able to recover from that. But what kind of advice are you giving Juan as we are into the second half of the season to find that balance between making sure your body is right versus the competitive desire to be on the field?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I've been through an ACL twice. And the biggest thing I can tell him is patience. Is to continue to take it slow. I remember when I went through my ACL, it wasn't until maybe a year, 2 years after until I really began to feel like myself again. And I think everybody's body is different. But I think the most important thing we all have to kind of understand is that patience. It's going to take some time to get there. And it'll be a lot of expectations from other people outside of you who want you to, reach your destination, quicker than, possible. But just have to find a way to stay patient. You have to find a way to balance your mind. And then just find a way to continue to love the game. I think when we go through rough patches, we kind of start to lose love for the game. But we could just keep our heart in the game. I think everything will work out for us, in due time.
Got time for a few more. We'll go Pete, Sarah, and then Adam. Go ahead, Pete.
Hey, Tyron, I wanted to ask you this last week, and I didn't have an opportunity. The organization chose to bring on DeAndre Baker, who has obviously the interesting off-the-field stuff. How much do you feel that Brett Beach and the organization turns to you to sort of guide and take someone like that under your wing, given some of your past things, and how much do you relish that type of opportunity?
I mean, that's part of the reason I came here, to, be around some young guys that really can learn from me. Obviously, I've been through a lot of life challenges, a lot of, different circumstances. And, I've actually reached out to him, right before he actually got here. And I just kind of told him that I always be in his corner, I always be that shoulder that he can lean on. And, I think that's the most important thing, especially when people are coming to new environments, is they're just trying to find one person they can lean on, one person they can talk to, one person that can get them comfortable. And, hopefully I'm able to do that for him. Just seeing him practice today, the kid got some talent. You can tell he knows football a little bit. And so it's all about us just making sure, keeping his head right, and then the football will take care of itself.
Next to Sarah Walsh. Go ahead, Sarah.
Hey, you came into the league with, Bruce, obviously, and Todd Bowles well. What did you learn from your time with those guys?
Bruce Aaron's a straight shooter. I love him. He's actually the guy that took a chance on me and drafted me. And, really believed in me, from day one. And, he'll always be one of my favorite coaches. And, I think Ty Bowles helped me out so much. He's so smart. And I think me coming into the NFL, being able to play multiple positions, I really feel like he helped me out a lot early on in my career. So just looking forward to seeing those guys this weekend. Hopefully, play my best game and, get a win.
We'll go last to Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Tyron, I also had a Juan Thornhill question. Just how he's doing physically, do you feel like, and how he's maybe accepting at least what for now is a little bit of a lesser role?
Yeah, I think, he's continuing to get better and better physically. I think mentally, Juan is a competitor. I think he had a lot of success, last year as a rookie. I think he really helped our defense out a lot. And so for him, obviously, it's a challenge to begin a new role, a lesser role, to not be on the field as much. But he's still the same guy. He's still becoming a leader for us. He's still, very vocal, on the field, on the sideline, in the meeting rooms. And I think that's all you can really ask for, from a guy like that. Going through what he's going through, he still has the same smile. He still has the same heart. So I know that, the football will take care of itself in due time. It's all about us continuing to encourage him, continuing to motivate him, continuing to, make him feel like we really believe in him, and which we do. So I think he'll be fine going forward, but it's going to take the group to kind of rally around him and continue to push him.
Tyron, we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, guys. Hang tight. We'll have Patrick coming up here at 2 o'clock. We will get started with Karen Kornacki. Go ahead, Karen.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you too.
First of all, just wanted to ask you, I have 2 questions, one football, one non-football. The football question, that is, you and Tom Brady have had tremendous battles. And when you guys have led your teams, sometimes it's been for, championship division to get to a championship. Now that he's with the Bucs, is it going to feel any different to face a team led by a guy you've battled with the last couple of years?
I don't think it's going to feel very much different. I mean, it's still a very good football team that's playing really good football and been winning a lot of football games. And so we know it's going to be a great challenge for us. We're excited for it.
And my second question is, I understand that people have been making Royals jerseys with Mahomes number 15, and Whit Merrifield's wondering, hey, what about me? What can you do to clear this up? Or you find this kind of funny that, you and Whit are sharing number 15 with the Royals?
Yeah, no, it's funny for sure. Whit's a great dude. I actually talk to him a lot through text messages and stuff like that. And so we'll have to make sure we get the Merrifield Royals jerseys going again. If not, we'll have to get some Merrifield Chiefs jerseys or something.
Let's go next to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Patrick, when it comes to Tom, I know this is one of the games that you circled on your calendar when the schedule came out. Can you just give us a perspective of how you took the news of when Tom decided to go join the Buccaneers and the idea of obviously getting a chance to maybe speak to him after Sunday's battles the way you have in your, the previous 3 meetings with him?
Yeah, I mean, I think I was just as surprised as everyone was whenever he wasn't going back to New England and he was going to Tampa Bay. But I mean, he's in a great spot. I mean, they got a lot of weapons there, and Coach Arians is a great coach, and they're winning a lot of football games. And so for us, we're just going to kind of go in with that same mindset as if we're going to play any other great football team, and then that's where we have to battle every single play.
Go next to Sam McDowell. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Patrick, in 2-minute situations, game-winning drive situations, you really haven't had a lot of those opportunities in your career. I'm just wondering how much you relish just getting the chance to do something like you did on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, it's your dream when you grow up. You want to be able to lead a team down the field and throw the game-winning touchdown and do all those cool things. Luckily enough, we've won a lot of games and haven't needed it. Defense has played well, and we've scored and built leads early. But it's good to know that if that opportunity presents itself, that we have the guys that are ready to go and that can execute at a high level whenever it's a highly frantic moment.
Let's go next to Mike Jones. Go ahead, Mike.
Patrick, Tom Brady's been like the face of the year for the last, face of the league for the last 20 years, and you've kind of ascended to one of those prominent roles. What does it mean to be on that level as far as popularity, excellence, and just the weight that also carries?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm on his level yet. I mean, he is someone that's a global star, and so for me, I just try to be myself. I just go out there every single day and put in the work and try to win football games, and all that other stuff kind of comes with it. And for me, I just try to be a normal guy and live it up with my teammates and have fun doing it.
Let's go next to Sam Mellinger. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Patrick, excuse me. One thing that's obvious is defenses are playing you guys a lot differently than they play most of the other opponents, particularly when you look at blitz percentages, for instance. I'm just wondering, when you're watching film, how much of what you're looking for, you kind of have to imagine how they're going to defend you differently, right? Like, how do you close that gap between what you see on film and what you expect to see on Sunday?
Yeah, I think you have to prepare for everything. I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, we go into every one of these game plans, and we really break down each and every game that the teams have played, the blitzes that they've brought on certain situations, and we prepare ourselves for those blitzes. And then if we get different coverages and if we get more shell-type coverages, we can execute against that too. And so I think Coach Reid does a great job of preparing me for every single coverage and blitz that can get presented. And I think our whole staff of ED and Coach Heck and Coach Kafka, they do a good job of making sure I'm prepared for every single situation, no matter what look that we get.
Go next to Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Patrick, as much as I know a lot of people will be looking at the quarterback matchup in this battle, it really is a battle of weapons, as you kind of noted, with Godwin, Evans, Brown, and Gronk versus Hill, Watkins, Hardman, Kelsey. Wondering how you feel like your guys stack up against what they bring to the table offensively.
Yeah, I mean, I would take my guys versus anybody. I mean, it's simple as that.
Let's go next to Harold Kuntz. Go ahead, Harold.
Hey, Patrick, happy early Thanksgiving to you. One question on, one off. Sunday after the game, Clyde Edwards-Helaire said, I ain't worried. I got Patrick Mahomes. Travis Kelce said, I got 1-5. Andy Reid said, I got Patrick Mahomes. when you hear things like that from your own teammates, what's that mean to you to hear stuff like that, for them to have the utmost confidence in you in whatever situation you guys are faced with? And then the other question is just, what are you thankful for, especially during this year and Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I mean, your first question, I mean, it gives me confidence to know that the guys believe in me just as much as I believe in them. And you have to have that if you want to win these football games against these great opponents and these pressure-packed situations. You have to have the total confidence of each other to know that we're going to go out there and give whatever we have in order to win a football game, no matter what that is. And then, so what I'm thankful for, I mean, I'm thankful for, I mean, everything that God's blessed me with, of a great family, being able to play the sport that I love, and being healthy and being able to come every day doing something that I love with a lot of guys that are doing the same thing.
We've got two more. We'll go Sarah and then Darren. Go ahead, Sarah.
Hey, Patrick. I know Andy Reid shared a story about Tom Brady coming to visit you guys outside the locker room, or maybe inside the locker room, after you lost in the AFC Championship. And Andy said that it meant a lot to him, and he knows that it meant a lot to you as well. Can you share what happened there, and maybe what Tom said to you and what that meant?
Yeah, I mean, he just grabbed me after the game. I was kind of leaving the stadium, and they had, I mean, obviously been celebrating about to go to the Super Bowl, and he kind of just he just talked about how he respected how I did everything the right way and stuff like that. And so it's just cool to have a guy of that stature who's won championships, seems like year in and year out, that has respect for your game as much as you have respect for his. And so it was definitely a cool experience that I was able to know that I was doing things the right way early in my career.
Let's go next to Darren Smith. Go, Darren.
Patrick, first and foremost, hope you and the family and the team have a happy Thanksgiving on tomorrow. When you look at this Tampa Bay Bucks defense, you know, Todd Bowles, I know he's known for his blitz packages, but he hasn't really gotten a lot of pressure on the quarterbacks the last two ball games. Is there anything concerning to you when you face this team on Sunday? And then also, you know, Brady's been getting a lot of flack about whether he shakes hands after a win or a loss. In the two games that you, or the three games that you all played, in the games that you defeated the Patriots, had he come and shaking your hand afterwards?
Well, it was just one, and he shook my hand after that one. And so, yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of a weird deal that I think the fans and media run with, and the players don't. I mean, it doesn't matter as much to us. But to your what was your first question again? One more time.
Yeah, just about the Tampa Bay defense, Todd Bowles and the style of defense getting pressure on you.
Yeah, no, I mean, they have a lot of great players. I think that's the biggest thing. And they do a lot of different stuff. I was here my rookie year when Alex went up against the Jets, and they were doing a lot of different pressure stuff, and they've even evolved even more now with the different playmakers that they have on every level of the defense. And so against a defense like this, against Todd Bowles, a great defensive coordinator, you get to make sure you kind of dot every I and cross every T, and that you're prepared for everything, because you never know what to expect. And I mean, that's the fun part about it. It's going to be a great challenge for us, be a great mental battle for me, and then being able to go out there, play fast, and try to execute at a high level.
Patrick, we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, guys, that's it for today. Hang tight. I'm going to say goodbye to Patrick here, and I'll jump right back on.